Hey there. So today we're tackling something huge. What would it actually take to build one single, super smart education platform for the whole planet? Yeah, a global AI classroom. The plan for how to pull this off is, well, it's pretty wild. Let's get into it.
Okay, so when you hear global platform, you're probably picturing some massive worldwide launch event, right? Confetti, big announcement. But nope, that's not how this story starts. This entire grand vision, this plan to change learning forever, it all comes down to a single, incredibly important first move. It all starts with a test.
And that's the big question, isn't it? It just feels backward. If you're building something for the entire globe, why would you start with just one language? It doesn't seem to add up. But trust me, there's a genius strategy at play here. Let's unpack it.
So, where do they start? With a pilot program, a critical first experiment. And the language they picked for this test is Spanish. And this is so much more than just a simple translation job. Think of it more like they're building a living, breathing laboratory to see if this huge global idea can actually work.
So, what even is a test language? Well, you know how new video games or apps have a beta test? It's kind of like that, but for an entire education system. And the choice of Spanish? That was no accident. It was a super strategic move. You've got almost 500 million speakers spread across tons of different countries with all sorts of different cultures and economies. It's basically the perfect mini version of the entire world, the ideal place to test everything before going big.
Right. So this test phase, it's not about slowing down. It's actually a way to speed up the whole process down the line. It's how you figure out, hey, does this thing even work? It's where you find and fix all the tech glitches. But, and this is the most important part, it's where you see if the actual teaching works for real life students. The pedagogy. Every single thing they learn here, every mistake they fix, just becomes rocket fuel for the global launch.
Okay, so we get the strategy. Start small, learn fast. But what's the big prize? What is this global AI classroom that they're aiming for? Boiled down, it's an online platform with two huge things going for it. One, it uses AI to actually teach. And two, it's built from day one to be used by absolutely anyone, anywhere on Earth. No exceptions.
But let's be real, AI education sounds kind of buzzy and vague, so what does it really mean? Look, this isn't about some robot teacher standing at the front of the class, not at all. It's about using AI to give the entire learning experience a massive upgrade. We're talking about lessons that are personalized, just for you, a smart tutor that's there whenever you need it, and tests that actually change based on what you know. It's pretty cool stuff.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. How does that small, focused test in Spanish become the blueprint for this massive global dream? Let's connect the dots. The way they're rolling this out is just really smart. See, by starting with just Spanish, they can put everything under a microscope. The way the buttons work, the way the lessons are taught, all of it. They get to find and fix every little problem. A button that's hard to find, a lesson example that just doesn't make sense culturally. And they fix it for one language first. So much easier than trying to fix it for 10 languages at once, right? And once they get it perfect, that polished version becomes the master template for all the other languages. All right, now let's get to the really mind-blowing part, the tech itself. How does AI actually change what it feels like to be a student? What does it do to make learning personal? Okay, this right here is the game changer. Think about a normal classroom, right? Everybody gets the same book, learns at the same speed. The feedback is pretty general. But with AI, the content actually changes for you. If you're having a tough time with something, the system slows down, maybe gives you a different explanation. But if you're just acing everything, it'll give you harder stuff to keep you engaged. And the feedback you get isn't just nice work, it's, hey, it looks like you're stuck on this one specific thing. Here's a video that might help. It's a huge difference. And this quote from the source material just nails it. It's all about personalizing the entire experience. The speed, the way things are explained, the actual content. All of it tailored to what each student needs. It's basically like giving every single person on Earth their own private tutor. So the potential here is obviously incredible. Let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. What's it going to take to make this vision a reality? And what are the big roadblocks they're going to face? And why is this so important? Why does it matter? Well, it comes down to this thing called the global education gap. The hard truth is, right now, the quality of your education pretty much depends on where you were born and how wealthy your family is. And this platform, it's designed to go right after that problem.
I mean, the upside here is just world-changing. This is way bigger than just some cool new piece of tech. We're talking about democratizing knowledge itself. Imagine a world where a kid in a tiny village gets the exact same high-quality, personalized education as a kid in the richest city. It's about turning education from something you're lucky to have into a basic human right.
Okay, but let's get real for a minute. This is not going to be easy. The challenges are enormous. For starters, you can't just hit translate on everything. You have to adapt it culturally. A math problem that uses American football isn't going to make sense to someone who's only ever seen cricket, right? Then you've got the huge technical problems of making sure it doesn't crash with millions of people using it, and you have to make it easy to use for people from every culture imaginable. It's a massive undertaking.
So that's where we'll leave it. At the end of the day, this isn't just a tech project. It's a human project. The hurdles are huge, for sure, but the goal is, well, it's about as big as it gets. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If anyone, anywhere, could truly learn anything they wanted, what would our world even look like? What could we all become?